Welcome to Scaling Your Healthy Food Product podcast, where we believe the process of scaling better for you product doesn't have to be lonely, hard, or complicated, but following simple steps to prepare your product to scale correctly will set you up to succeed. If that is you, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Jacinta. Let's get started, everybody. You're looking for a co-manufacturer. What do you need to know when you're looking for one? And what are the things that you should be paying attention to before you find the right manufacturer? In this week's episode, we're looking at the 3 must-know tips for choosing the right co-manufacturer for your food business. Having the right manufacturer makes a huge of a difference. It determines whether you're going to win or whether you're going to lose. And what I mean by that is what is the longevity of your product. Your co-manufacturer really does play a big part. And in my 12 years of experience, I've worked with several small food businesses that came to the manufacturing facility that I was working at, and some of them you knew right away that it was not gonna work for them, regardless of whether the product was the right place for the product. These are plant-based products, organic facility, better for you, peanut free, everything checked out, but just the relationship with the small business did not work. So this is why I'm gonna talk about the 3 must-know tips for you when you're choosing the right co-manufacturer. The first one, and I have alluded to, is relationship. Get to know the people that you will be working with. It's one thing for the facility to check out what you're looking for, but it's another thing to have that relationship and know that it's going to work. It's almost like, it almost has to be like your friends. You wouldn't do anything bad to your friends. You will work well with them. Of course, you don't have to be friends, but what I mean is the relationship has to be very good, that you can talk to them, you can try and reason with them. Like, let's say you had a minimum order and you're not able to meet that. You should be able to have that discussion with them and figure out what's the best thing for you. And on the other end too, the co-manufacturer has to see the same thing. They have to see that this brand really wants to work with us. It's going to work well. We're not going to have issues when it comes time to paying, when it comes time to getting the raw materials that is needed, any discussion that needs to be had. If the raw materials, the prices went up, we could talk, we could have an open discussion, and nobody's going to be mad at the other person. It's not going to be like high energy. It's just going to be, we're going to have that open discussion, and everybody's going to go out knowing that they did their best, and this is what it is. So that's why the relationship is very important. I've been in a facility where we had just what I said, and we knew that it was not going to work. But then there's also another food manufacturer that came, and from the beginning, it's going to work. As they're interacting with the employees, you see how well they work with them, requesting, they're respectful, they respect the facility, they respect everybody working there. So that's why it's very important to have that relationship and know that they get you, you get them, you all get each other, and it's gonna work for you. Because if I get what you're saying and you get what I'm saying respectfully, then we could work moving forward. We can figure out your product and everything, and we can move forward. So that's why I wanted to start with that, because that's very important. The one must tip that you really need to know, because if the relationship is not good, I know it's business, but relationships, it's always there, regardless of how you look at it. The second thing is production capability. It's like 3 right things. It has to be the right equipment, it has to be the right facility, and then it has to be like right certifications. You're in the better for you category, your plant-based product. And depending on what you're claiming in your product, if you're claiming organic, the facility that your product is going to be manufactured in has to be organic. If they have other conventional ingredients, they have to have those regulations, and they have to have like SOP, standard operating procedure. How do they clean their facility? Do they have days that they don't do, they just work on organic and then they clean it? And like, you have to really know how everything is being done, and you have to understand the facility itself. In terms of the right equipment, if you're making a cookie and you need it to be made in a wire cut cookie, and what I mean by that is like this, it has like two rollers and there's like a wire cut, it could be a knife too, that would cut the cookies based on the shape. It's right equipment can also mean shape. Like, what is the shape of your cookie? Is it round? Is it square? Does it have like a smiley face, or whatever it has? It has to be the right equipment, because you know what, your consumer is used to a certain shape. So unless you decide you're going to change packaging and everything and go towards like a different shape, that's fair if that's what you're going to do. But you have to figure it out that way. You have to figure out the right equipment, all the way from like the molding and everything else to do with your facility. It has to be, or this manufacturer, it has to be the right one. It has to get in, it has to be the right fit for your product. That is where the right facility comes in. You have to look at those things, and you have to be very detailed oriented. You have to go there depending on where this co-manufacturer is. If it's in your city, even better. If it's not, you have to make those trips. You have to go there. I know there's always the virtual aspect of it, having Zoom meetings. You can do that in the initial meetings with the co-manufacturer, but you have to go there. You have to go yourself there and see everything, and have those testings that I've been talking about, that you need to test your product. You need to have those pilot testing. You need to see how everything is going to go with this manufacturer and your product. So visiting is very important, and that is when all the production capabilities will come into play. Of course, when you're first meeting the co-manufacturer via Zoom, and their marketing team and the salesperson that you meet with, they will present the capability. But some things you can miss in terms of your equipment and exactly what you need, the pieces, now just the details, you could miss that. So you need to go there to be able to see and know that this is your right production facility. They have the right capability for exactly what you're looking for, and it's going to work well for your product. If you do that, then you're in the right track. And you know what, congrats, you're almost there. You're very close to getting your right co-manufacturer. The third thing is, which is this, if you look at this should have been like the first, is it has to be priced right. Because if it's not priced right, then you're losing from day one. You have to look at your price, where you are currently, and you know what, if you go to a co-manufacturer, the volume is usually high, so they will save you some money. You should see a decrease in costing based on labor and how much product you're able to produce now in the small facility. If you're in a commercial kitchen and then you're going to another co-manufacturer, or maybe you're going to another co-manufacturer from like a different one, and this one has higher capacity, they're able to produce more. So you have to look at it that way. You have to look at the MOQs too, and what I mean by that is the minimum order quantities. They will ask you, they will tell you, this is how little we can do, and this is as much as we can do. So you want to be able to price it right. You at least want to have like 3 co-manufacturers that you're looking at. Some of them will have like a medium size, and then small and large, and you can be able to figure out where you fit best. So it's good to look at, it's very important to look at price. It has to be priced right, because everything has to work. Because I get a lot of comments with, when I started, I didn't know that pricing was gonna be an issue. And this is where it's important to really make sure that it's priced right from the beginning, because you cannot always say when production increases or when sales increases, I'm gonna have more margin. You want to have a good margin from the get-go, because when you have a good margin from the get-go, even when prices keep changing, and this is very normal when it comes to the food industry. Ingredients are always changing depending on it. It always increases, and if you start right from the beginning, then you are profitable from the beginning, other than saying, oh, I'm gonna be even profitable when I increase production. You don't want to do that. You want to be profitable from the beginning. So this is where it's important when you're looking at the co-manufacturers. You have to make sure the price is right for you, not for the co-manufacturer. Yes, for the co-manufacturer, but the first thing, it has to be right for you first. If the price becomes a deal breaker, then let it be a deal breaker. Or you could work out something. You could talk to the manufacturer, the co-manufacturer, and see how you could work things out. Because if you're not doing it right from the beginning, it's not gonna be good. It's just going to keep like taking your margins, and it's not gonna be good. The best is you wanna start at like 50. But most people start with 30. But if you can do 50, why not 50? But if you're getting to that point where it's like, this is it, then you can go with 30. And or as time goes by, if you increase production, then you're even gonna have more compared to starting much lower. So that's it. Those are the three things. And the first one is relationship. Very, very, very important. And I cannot stress that enough. And I can even give you another story. We had a small business that came to be produced in our facility, us being the co-manufacturer, and the business person was very pleasant. Like she had very good relationship with the employees, and everybody wanted to see them win. So even when it came time to, they need to produce their product and they need to be slid in somewhere, everybody wanted to find a space to be able to produce their product. And you want to be that pleasant food business that everybody is happy to work with, and everybody wants to see you win. Because when that happens, then your product will grow, and you will get more growth. Your business will grow more, and you know that you've found the co-manufacturer that you'll be working with, and everything is gonna keep working and getting better as you go. So you want to be that kind of food business entrepreneur that everybody's wanting to work with and willing to work with and want to see them win. So that's the relationship. And then the production facility, it has to be three right things: right equipment, right facility, and right certification. And last but not least, be priced right, because if it's not priced right, you're going to have issues. So there you go. Those are your three must know tips when you're choosing the right co-manufacturer, your right co-manufacturer. There you go. So I do have a checklist of some of the questions that you need to ask the co-manufacturer when you're going to the co-manufacturer. Look out for that. It's a free download that you could just go through it, and it will help you out as you're looking at a co-manufacturer, or even in the future, because you want to plan way in advance. Because if you plan way in advance, then you can anticipate what's going to work, and you'll find the right co-manufacturer for your brand. All right, there you go. Until next time, keep working on scaling your food business.